Alright, today I'm going to show you some knots. First one up is the Bowline. And this is just real old 550 paracord, really old rope tube. I've had it for probably about 3 years now. But anyway, tie the Bowline. Get you plenty of room on your working end. Working end is the end you use to maneuver to tie the knot. Plenty of room. I've got probably almost a foot there. Then create your loop. Alright. You take your working end and you go on the back side of that loop. Alright. Now it should look something like this. Then you take your working end and you go under your standing end, like so. And then, see, now you've got your original loop and your Bowline loop. Alright. You take your working end, this end here, you run it back in your original loop. Alright. Like so. Then you just grab your working end and your Bowline loop like this and pull your standing end. And there you have it, the Bowline loop. Very strong loop and very, very easy to untie, basically no matter how much tension you put on it. You just take the back side of that knot right there and you push it down your standing end like that, and boom, there you go. That's it. Now you can tie this around an object that you can't get your knot over, like in a hole, for instance, like on this coffee cup. You can also do it around a tree, a fence post, a hitching point on your truck, whatever. And how we're going to do that is you run it through whatever you need. And remember, I said you need a lot of room on your working end. You always want to have at least, at least 10 inches or so, pretty much. Then on your standing end, this up here is your working end. Okay. On your standing end, you get your loop. All right. Take your working end and you just tie the knot like you always do. You go through the back side of your loop. Alright. Pull it through. You want to leave yourself plenty of room. You go under your standing end, like so. Okay. Then back in through your original loop. Okay. You grab your working end in your Bowline loop. Pull your standing end. Dress it up a little bit because this rope is old and crinkly. And there you go. Bowline through or around a standing object. You untie it like normal. From there. Now I can show you the trucker's hitch. It's not going to be a perfect demonstration of it, but you'll get the idea. Now the trucker's hitch is basically just a slip knot. Create a loop, okay, and then you roll it over and roll it over on top of your line and pull your line up through that loop, and then tighten it up. Now the trucker's hitch is how you get your tension. It gives you a 3-point leverage because you'll have 3 lines on one end and only one on the other. This would be, and the way I've tied this one, this would be where you would tie off to your truck or whatever. Then you would take the other end of this line like so, run it through like this, you can get your tension. See, you got 3 here and 1 here, so that gives you 3-to-1 leverage. You pull on this end right here, and you'll get your tension. Now, this knot is a very good knot, but it can get stuck sometimes, and you just got to work at it and work at it and work at it to get it undone if you put too much tension on it. So, but it does allow you to get a lot more tension on a knot than a standard knot, and it's basically a replacement for ratchet straps. You know, now of course ratchet straps are much easier and everything like that, but you can get almost as much tension, if not just as much tension, with a trucker's hitch as you can with a ratchet strap. Of course, old 550 paracord isn't going to be able to hold as much tension as a ratchet strap, but it will do the job for tying down something just to keep it in your truck while you're driving down the road or something like that. Now, if you need a super amount of tension, then yeah, of course, use a ratchet strap. But that trucker's hitch will typically do the job. Now, let's see. I can't really think of any right off the top of my head that I could tie right here, right now. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I can. Where did that string get off to? Here we go. I'll show you the Fisherman's Knot. At least, if I remember correctly, that's what it's called. Well, either way, it's basically just a knot to create a loop. That's an alternative to the figure 8, because the figure 8 is just a little bit big, and also it can get jammed. The Fisherman's Knot, you get you a straight, short piece of cord. This is probably, I don't know, 14, 16 inches or so. And basically just tie a slip knot around one end of it by doing just a regular old half hitch, just like you tie in your shoes. Alright, you tie a knot around that, and now you can maneuver your string through the knot. Then you do the same thing with this end. You tie it around this other part, and you go through your loop there, and there you go. Now you've got 2 knots that slide along, but if you pull them towards each other, get you a nice little loop. Now I tied this one the wrong way because it wound up fat and ugly, but you get you a little loop. Okay, and these, if you just pull on your little fishtails, as I call them, they come apart, and then they're much easier to untie than a jammed up figure 8. Okay. I didn't even put that much tension in it. It wanted to give me trouble. But, alright. Now those knots can all be used for multiple purposes. Camping, can be used for getting some work done, of any kind. You can even use them for like if you need to drag a tree somewhere, you can tie 2 bowlines around it, one bowline on each end of your rope around the tree, and then grab the rope in the middle, and you can pull the tree wherever you want to go, wherever you need to take it to, and do that. And I think that's actually called an alpine bowline or something like that. I'm not too up to date on, well, not up to date, but I'm not too familiar with a whole bunch of the fancy ones. But this is your bowline one more time in real speed. Okay. And then your trucker's hitch in real speed. Okay. The trucker's hitch unties just like that. I mean, it unties really, really easily. And then your fisherman's knot one more time. Alrighty. And I use these fisherman's knots to create Prusik knots. And I'll show you how to tie those in another video on another day. But that's how the fisherman's knot is supposed to look. See, it's not quite as ugly and fat as the last one. Alright, well, that's it for today's knots. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Let me know what you think. Suggest some knots. If I don't know them, I'll research them and figure out how to tie them and make a video on it. Alright, take it easy.